Hi everyone, in this video I will explain the most important JavaScript and Node.js concepts including variables, constant, conditional variables, conditional statements, arrays, loops, functions, objects and finally an intro to Node.js. What is it and how callback functions work and how to install packages and all. In the end of this video I will show the mini project that is Telegram chatbox and I will show the code for it and its execution. So let's start with variables. Variables are named boxes where we store the values. JavaScript has three ways to create the variables that are var, let, and constant. These are the three ways to declare the variables. The first one is var. Var is an old way to declare the variables in JavaScript. Var is function scoped and it can be declared. That means it is mutable and it means we can change the value of the variable and we can also redeclare it. This is the example code for the var. And let's go to another way, that is let. Let is the modern way to assign the value. So this is one of the way. Let is a modern way and we can change the value of the variable but we cannot redeclare in the same block. This is the difference between var and let. And the third way to declare the variable is constant. This is a block scoped and the variable binding cannot be changed. But if it holds an object or other, the contents can change. The constant is a variable that we cannot reassign or redeclare. These are the three types and this is the example code for the constant, that is pi is the constant value and we have declared the pi variable as constant so we cannot change it. If we again write a line by changing the pi value then we will get an error. So these are the three ways to declare a variable in JavaScript. So let's go to conditional statements. Now let's talk about conditional statements. Conditional statements let me give a program to take decisions. The conditional statements are if, else if, and switch, the and many more. The program checks each condition in order and prints the true one, and switch is also a conditional statement. It is used when we have to compare one variable with many other possible variables. In if else, it checks each and every condition in order wise. If the condition is true, it prints the console.log statement. And the what is present in the console.log, it prints that where the condition is true. And we have also switch. So why we have to use switch? The switch is used when we have to compare one variable with many other possible values. So this is the reason we have to use switch. These two are the conditional statements that we have in JavaScript. So let's move to another topic, that is arrays. Arrays are used to store ordered lists. JavaScript arrays are powerful with many built-in methods. There are so many methods to in array declaration. So we will discuss about the some. Arrays are used to store multiple values in one variable, like a list of items. We have already said that that is an ordered list of items. We can also look through the arrays using for or special methods like for each, map, or filter. This is one of the way to loop. In this way we are using for each syntax, and this is used to add or remove some data in the array. To dot push function is used to add at end, and dot pop function is used to remove the last, and dot unshift function is used to add at end start, and dot shift function is used to remove first. These are the some ways to add or remove the data in the array. These four functions are used to add or remove the data, and we can also loop the array using some functions that are like mapping, filter, like that. Map returns a new array or transforming elements. Filter returns by using filter method. Filter returns elements that pass a test. Reduce combines items into single values. And next topic was loops. Loops, we know that loops, there are so many types of loops that are, for example, we are using two, but there are for loop, while loop, do while loop, and many more. For each loop, there are more loops. Here, for example, we are taking only two loops, that is for loop and while loop. Loops, what are loops? Loops help to repeat the task, like printing numbers or checking each array item. To print the repeated items, we use the loop. Other than printing the each statement by using console.log in every line, we using loops. And they can print the repeated items. For loop is great for counting. While while loop runs until the condition is false. So this is the loop. For loop, we know the syntax, data type, and variable initialization, condition, and increment or decrement, and the print statement. For printing, we will use console.log. This is the while loop. Sorry, this is the one. And next topic was functions. Functions are like small missions. When you give them input, they will give you output. Means a function is a block of code that is executed when we called it. Without calling, the function will not be executed. When we call the function, then only it will be executed. This is the syntax for declaring the function. We have to use function keyword and the function name in bracket parameters. This is the condition and this is the logic in the function. Here we are calling the function. Greet is the function name here, so we are calling the function name by using the parameters. And we are passing the Vishnu as a parameter, so the output will come hello plus name. Here we are passing Vishnu as a name parameter, so hello Vishnu will be the output. And in second line we are passing Ravi as parameter, so hello Ravi will become the output. This is about functions. It's a very easy topic. And the main important thing is functions make the code reusable. You can call them anytime with different values. Once you declare a function, you can call the function in anywhere in the program. And next topic was objects. What are objects? Objects store information in a key value pairs, like describing a person or thing. The keys like name, age, course are properties. A function inside an object is called as method. Objects can even hold arrays or other objects inside. That's how complex data is managed. See, in this object, we are storing these all key pair values that are name, age, course, grade. That are the key values in this. To call the function, this is the syntax. To call this object, this is the syntax. So next we are going to Node.js. This is all about JavaScript. This is all about JavaScript. Now we go to Node.js. What is Node.js? And what is the use of Node.js? Node.js means it lets the JavaScript to run outside the browser on our computer. That means we can use JavaScript to build web servers, work with files, make chatbots, connect to database, and all. JavaScript was originally made for only web browsers, but Node.js makes it to run outside the browser. This is the main purpose of the Node.js. That is the main aim to discover the Node.js. So this is the Node.js, and we have to know now callback functions. What are callback functions? Callback function is a function that runs after another function finishes. The callback function is a function that runs after one function finishes. Here by is passed as a callback. Great user calls it later. Callbacks are super useful for tasks that take time, like reading files or fetching data. This is an example of asynchronous callback function. Now we shall know how. This is about Node.js. What is Node.js, and it is an introduction to Node.js, and this is what are callback functions. Now we have to know how to install packages in Node.js. Node.js is using something called npm, Node Package Manager, to install and manage libraries. To initialize our project, we use the npm space init space -1. This is to initialize our project. To install a package, we use npm space install space package name. That is the syntax to install a package. So now it's trying to see the Capstone project, that is our Telegram chatbot. This is the code for Telegram chatbot. This is the code for Telegram chatbot. In uppercase, we have to mention our token number that is unique for everyone. And this is the code that I have written to run the Telegram chatbot. If we send the message like hi or hello, it gives the reply like hello, how can I help you today? Like that, for some messages, it gives the replies like this. Now, we shall see the execution for this code. As we already discussed, to run the file, we have to use the command called node space filename.js. For this, my file name is, I have taken this as index. So I'm running this as index.js. See, our bot is running. So we shall try this.